The Dallas Cowboys' latest coaching addition isn't just another name on the offseason ledger, it's another signal. By hiring 31-year-old Kyle Fuller as assistant offensive line coach and quality control coach, Dallas continues a clear philosophical pivot. This front office is no longer leaning on tenure, it's betting on trajectory. And that speaks volumes about where the franchise believes it's headed. Since bringing in defensive coordinator Christian Parker, the Cowboys have quietly redefined the profile of who fits inside their building. The emphasis has shifted from established resumes to developmental upside. That doesn't happen accidentally. It reflects alignment between ownership and the head coach. It suggests a long-term vision rather than a short-term patch. This isn't about replacing one assistant with another. It's about reshaping the ecosystem of the coaching staff. Youth brings energy, adaptability, and fresh schematic language. The Cowboys appear determined to modernize internally, not just cosmetically, but structurally. Who Kyle Fuller represents. Fuller's playing resume spans 6 NFL teams, from being drafted by the Houston Texans in 2017 to brief stints across the league before finishing with the Michigan Panthers of the UFL. That kind of journey doesn't create headlines, but it builds perspective. He has seen multiple locker rooms, systems, and cultures. That exposure matters more than raw name recognition. His transition into coaching followed a deliberate climb, starting at North Carolina, moving to Appalachian State, and then earning his first NFL assistant role with the Las Vegas Raiders. That path suggests someone willing to build credibility step by step. Nothing about it was handed to him, and organizations tend to value that grind. At just 31, Fuller represents the bridge between modern players and evolving coaching philosophy. He understands the league from a recent, lived experience. For a Cowboys offensive line room looking to re-establish consistency, relatability could become a subtle but important asset. What this means for Brian Schottenheimer. While Fuller will work on the offensive side, his hiring reflects something broader: Brian Schottenheimer's growing influence. This move reinforces the idea that Schottenheimer isn't merely maintaining the structure he inherited, he's shaping it. Young hires often mirror the philosophy of the man at the top. That alignment is rarely coincidental. Replacing Ramon Chinyoung Jr., who followed Mike McCarthy to Pittsburgh, also marks another symbolic shift. The McCarthy-era fingerprints are gradually fading. What's emerging instead is a coaching staff that appears curated rather than inherited. That distinction could prove critical if Dallas hopes to redefine its offensive identity. Control over staff composition often signals organizational trust. If Schottenheimer truly has latitude in building his coaching circle, then expectations will rise accordingly. Ownership tends to empower leaders they believe in, but empowerment also accelerates accountability. The bigger picture in Dallas. For years, the Cowboys have wrestled with consistency, flashes of dominance followed by stagnation. Investing in younger coaches suggests a desire to disrupt that cycle. Innovation rarely comes from repeating the same formulas. Dallas appears ready to experiment internally before demanding external results. There is also a cultural dimension at play. A younger staff can create a developmental pipeline within the organization itself. Instead of constantly importing experience, the Cowboys may be attempting to cultivate it. That's a more sustainable model if executed correctly. Ultimately, the Fuller hire won't make headlines in September. But moves like this often define what happens in December. The Cowboys aren't just adjusting their roster, they're recalibrating their brain trust. And in today's NFL, coaching architecture can be just as decisive as talent on the field.